Hello sexy souls, this is Erika. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm excited to talk more about sexuality, sex, love, and archetypes. And in this video, you're gonna learn about the 4 different types of sex. Yes, I did say S-E-X. And this is adult conversation, so this is not for anyone 18 and under. This is for those 18 and above. And mostly, we live in a world where there's so much shame, there's so much censorship around sexuality. I have had a lot of friends in the sex coaching industry who have had their Instagrams shut down or their Facebook shut down because people are starting to talk about it, except we're still being censored. And so I am here to have these conversations that I was deprived, that I did not have growing up as a child. And so in this video, you are going to learn about the 4 different types of sex. Not a how-to, you're not gonna learn technique, you're gonna learn about the intention, about why people usually decide to have sex or make love. So are you ready? Let's dive in deep. What comes to mind when you think of procreation sex? Is it having sex to have babies, or is it having sex to leave a legacy? Usually it's both. And back in the biblical period, people would actually get punished if they did not have sex. There is multiple passages in the Bible that talks about if one does not have sex, then they will be killed, punished, or be banished from the tribe. And so most of our reptilian brain is actually thinking of having sex for procreation, for leaving a legacy. For men, it's having a name to live up to. So for men, it's a big expectation. Most people would think it's a narcissistic intention. And for women, when they have the intention of having sex for procreation, it's usually because they want to live a purpose. They want to have a motherly, nurturing feeling that they want to bond. And usually that creates a lot of attachments. So if you're having the intention to have sex with procreation, be very careful of why you really want this. And some things you can ask yourself is, why do I want to have children? Why is this important to me right now? Why do I really need it? Is it because I really desire it, or is it because I feel pressured? So if it's coming from outside sources, it's usually because it's an intrinsic value. If it's coming because you deeply desire to have that sense of family, to have that sense of community, then it's coming from an intrinsic value. So that is the first type of sex. The first type of sex is procreation. Do you ever feel like you want sex, not because it's pleasurable, but because you are very, very stressed? I'm talking about the type of stress that actually creates a lot of anxiety in the body. And what is anxiety? Anxiety is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of uncertainty. And so right now, during COVID, during this pandemic, it's causing a lot of dis-ease, disharmony in the body. And because of that, most people are feeling lonely, they're touch deprived, they are on Zoom, and the dating world has changed. It has completely shifted. We're not doing coffee dates, we're not meeting in person. The dating game has changed. So if anyone does have an opportunity to have sex, one of the most common intentions is recreation sex. There's nothing wrong with recreation sex. It's something to be aware of. And if you are having sex from a place of recreational sex, the best thing to practice is learning how to let go of expectations and learn how to have sex from pleasure and healing. And this is what you're going to learn, is the art of pleasure and healing. But for now, what is important is to actually ask yourself, am I having sex from love, from lust, or from fear? So you decide. Do you want to have sex from fear? Do you want to release that fear onto that other person? Do you want to have sex from a place of uncertainty, or do you want to have sex from a place of power, pleasure, choice? So this type of sex is recreation sex. Pleasure. The third type of sex is pleasure. And it really comes down with setting the container. And what does that mean? For the woman, it's about making the woman feel safe. And technically, we all deserve to feel safe, but mostly a woman deserves to feel safe, especially after the whole Me Too movement. And how do you make her feel safe? Well, you get to learn how to make her feel safe by practicing the safe sex elevator speech. And you will learn that in the next video. So for now, I'm going to share a little bit about how to create a safe space. So the main thing is trust. Be honest, share everything that you're holding back. And what this really is about, it's about intimacy. Intimacy is about into me, you see. So in order to have pleasurable sex, it's about letting go of the awkward. We all have an inner teenager that feels awkward. Do you remember prom? Do you remember asking a girl to dance during prom? And I remember when it was prom for me, I felt very, very awkward. I didn't know where to put my hands. I didn't know where the positions were, because I was always thinking about what can I do to look good. And part of pleasurable sex is letting go of the awkward. Maybe you can tell yourself, embrace the awkward. And I give credit to one of my good friends, Reed Mahalko, who taught me all about embracing the awkward. So part of pleasurable sex is not only embracing the awkward, it's also learning how to have fun. Are you laughing? Are you able to just let it go? Stop being serious. Because pleasure starts with embracing the awkward and just being here in the now. And if you mess up, you get to learn again and learn again. And so this type of sex is pleasurable sex. And the last type of sex is healing. Most people will think that this type of sex is tantric sex. And tantra means expansion to liberate. And what that means to me is you are letting go of the past in order to be in the present moment. And part of our sexual healing journey starts with letting go of what happened. There is so much that we put meaning into. This person hurt me, so therefore I make this whole story that I can never trust men again. And then for other men, they create the story, I can never trust women again. So then there becomes a thing called trauma bonding, where people create intimacy through trauma bonding. Oh, you have a broken past, so maybe we can be each other's lifeline. Maybe we can support each other. But that's not how intimacy works. That is not how healing works. Part of healing starts with first doing the inner love work. I don't like to call it work because there's a negative connotation. Sexuality is all about love. It takes love to heal. It doesn't take work to heal. It takes love to heal. And part of that is having difficult conversations. It's also doing this inner self-love journey, not with your partner, but it's with yourself. And you will learn more of how to get to this place. And again, thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. I'm so happy that you're here. We together get to learn together, we grow together, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thank you so much, and hope this finds you so happy and so sexy.